Today we will make an experiment. Now I am going to order one of the cheapest electric bikes on AliExpress. I'm very interested to know what Chinese engineers can offer for this money, and if it is a good idea at all to buy such a product. After some time of surfing the site, I like this one. Quite good characteristics, it looks awesome to my mind, and besides the price is very affordable in comparison with some other models. Well, sink or swim, I am buying it. Well, and after about a month of waiting, I finally got my parcel. And now we all together will put this device on severe tests. Let's go! Nearly forgot to say hello to you. Hi guys, as usual it's me, just a voiceover, and you're watching Review Machines. Here it is, the child of Chinese engineering genius. I still have no idea about its performance, but I can say it definitely looks awesome, stylish and a bit reserved. That usually isn't peculiar to Chinese products. Such a design resulted for the most part from an interesting solution. The matter is, the battery is integrated right into the frame of the bike. In this way, we don't have other additional capacity mounted on the bike. Besides, there are less wires outside the frame. And the total look is really very decent. But it's a matter of taste, of course. We had better look at the specs. As to the main specs, the power of the motor is 350 watts, the battery is 48 volts and 10.8 Ah capacity. The frame is foldable. There is an access to the battery when the frame is folded. To charge the battery, it can be dismantled, or you can plug in the bike itself. I like the computer. Big and bright display with pleasant lighting, many functions. But what I don't like, there is no any manual documents, so we had to guess how to use the computer. The throttle handle is quite pleasant for the touch. The changing of the ranged gear and disc brakes are Shimano. The wheels are 26 inches. Then we have a rear and front suspension, foldable treadles, quite comfortable seat. Well, I think we covered all the main specs, but it's a high time to test how it works. We decided to test the bike not in the boring streets and parks, but in real forest road. To tell the truth, I doubt that the 350 watts motor can go well on a forest ground, taking into account that my weight is about 85 kilos. But to my surprise, it shows a very decent performance. Maybe Chinese put 500 watts here by mistake, who knows. The treadle drive works properly, as well as the changing of the gears. But you should know that the bike weighs about 30 kilos, and it's rather a lot, so it takes much strength to use the treadle drive. So don't count seriously on treadles. The electric drive, that I really enjoy. Guys, if you still haven't tried any electric transport, you'd better do it. This bike or any other bike, scooter or vehicle, no matter. This awesome electric smooth power, I think it's a future. That is why we are so interested in the various electric transport on this channel. As I said, there is a suspension system on the bike, but I think it's the cheapest, so it doesn't work greatly. Front suspension, for example, is too weak for me. I can feel it when crossing some routes on the ground. Anyway, to my mind, it's better to have such suspension than do totally without it. Besides, it should work properly in the city conditions. The brakes work well. I can't say nothing bad about them. As to the foldable frame, many people say it's not very good, cause it's not very reliable. Well, maybe, but on the other hand, there is a great advantage. I easily can put the bike in the trunk of my car, and I don't have to think about trailers or something like that. Besides, the folding gear looks very durable. I really doubt that it can be damaged soon. What do you think, guys? Foldable frame, it's an advantage or not? Please post your comments. Now we are going to test one of the most important characteristics of any kind of electric transport. It's a range. Let's move to the good road, where we will check the range and maximum speed. But we have to recharge the battery first, so see you tomorrow, guys! Glad to see you again, and we are full of charge and new strengths, and ready to continue our tests. The weather is so fine today, the road is plain, but a bit windy. First of all, let's check the computer and compare the info with the GPS application. As you can see, it's the same, so the computer works well. Now we start to measure the distance, and when the battery is full, let's check the maximum speed. Well, I was really surprised, because I didn't think that 350 watts bike can move so swiftly. As you can see, the maximum speed I managed to get is 42 km per hour. It's a decent result to my mind. If the rider weighed about 60 kilos, the speed would be even more. Okay, let's move on. There is an economizer in computer, and it helps very much to save the energy while moving. I tried not to push the throttle for more than 50% and keep the speed about 25 km per hour. I think this regime is the most economical for the battery. Meantime, we passed the first so-called checkpoint, 10 km. Well, keep on going. A very useful feature for long rides, it's a cruise control. To switch it on, you should press the right button and hold it for 3 seconds. The bike keeps the proper speed, and you may just enjoy your ride and awesome weather. And we've got the second checkpoint, 20 km. Now the battery indicator shows approximately the half of charge. Let's check the maximum speed now. As you can see, 36 km per hour, with 50% of charge, not bad. 30 km. Well, I think it's already a decent result for a charge. Let's move on. Well, I think the finish is near. Now the maximum speed is only 15 km per hour. Well, that's all. It switched off. To my mind, the total result is quite good. 37 km. I think it's an impressive result, taking into account that the bike is very cheap. So, what conclusion can we make out of our test? I really think it's a decent bike, taking into account its price. Of course, there are some drawbacks. It's a bit heavy, suspension is very simple and cheap, and after all, I can't make any conclusions about the reliability, cause it's matter of time. Now it's new and works quite well. But how long will it work? I hope somebody already has such a bike and can share with us his impressions about his bike after several years of use. See you in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe the channel if you like this video. Stay with us, it will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.